Hey guys, it's Michelle Taylor Willis here, and I have the distinct honor and pleasure of meeting with David Smith, the owner and proprietor of Legend Roofing. And I have to say, Dave, I think that you have become quite the legend. As long as we're talking about roofs, right?
I appreciate the compliment.
Around SoFu, absolutely. So thanks for meeting with me today.
It's my pleasure.
Giving us some time.
I'm honored.
So tell us, because I've seen you just in the last few years that I've known you. Your business has completely bloomed. I'm sure a good portion of that is in part due to South Fulton Lifestyle Magazine. Shameless plug.
That's right. Well deserved.
But seriously, you've done a phenomenal job of branding yourself as an expert here. So tell us, how'd you get started in the roofing business?
Well, it was completely by fate. I actually I'd spent 21 years in the car business, and on a whim, I did a little investigation into roofing and decided I'd go and pursue it, and it's worked out really well. No smoke and mirrors, nothing hocus pocus. Just hard work.
Hard work, yeah. So you've done a really good job of establishing yourself around the SoFu area.
Correct.
How have you done that? What's been your kind of keys to success there?
Well, I would think it's just getting out here and meeting with my neighbors. Not a lot of people in their careers have an opportunity to get out and meet with the people in public. Also, so often we find that even we don't know our next door neighbors in a lot of instances. Well, I get to go into all of these wonderful subdivisions and even little private streets and all sorts of gated communities and commercial buildings,
right,
and interface with our clients.
Cool. Excellent. So, all right, so we know how you getting started in roofing was kind of by fate, but if I understand the story correctly, you have a little bit of history there that could have ended up being really bad for you and it turned into something great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
That's true. Well, as a business owner and a fledgling entrepreneur, there are always going to be situations that come up. And one time I was out in Hampton, Georgia. I tell people this story. And I was driving through the parking lot and I was actually T-boned by a car, and we actually flipped over twice, and they pulled us out of the truck, myself and my colleague, and the truck was totally demolished and crushed.
Wow.
But I came out without a scratch. Very thankful for that, and it was one of those things where I was like, what am I going to do now? My only mode of transportation has been demolished, and you just fight forward, and that's the message I have for everybody. Always push forward in situations of adversity. Don't let anything stop you.
All right, Dave. So speaking of you being kind of an expert in the field here, how about a couple of tips? I'd love
Sure.
3, but if you had one specific tip that you would say everybody could do to maintain and preserve the roof, what would you say that would be?
I would say that would be ventilation.
Okay.
Ventilation is really important. Here in Georgia, a lot of roofs hold a lot of heat. There's so much heat inside the attic during the summer months, and you've got the hot Georgia sun
right,
coming down on the roof. All this trapped there in the attic needs a very efficient way to escape, and that way is ventilation. And we recommend ridge ventilation. It's ventilation that's used at the peak of the house.
Okay.
And it's the most efficient from a green energy standpoint. But outside of that, definitely check your roofer out. Make sure that he's fully licensed
Okay.
and has insurance.
Okay.
Because there are codes on roof that a lot of roofers don't know about. They have to be up to date with their codes.
Wow.
So there's a product called Drip Edge. They're actually installing it on this roof now. It goes around the perimeter of the roof, and it helps the soffit and the fascia wood that the gutter is attached to not to rot. So it's a new code. It came out about 2 years ago, and that's something that I see is left off a lot of homes and does a lot of damage to roofs.
So you've got this house that is going up here, and you're almost done, right,
Yes,
with
yes.
this house?
Yep. We'll be finished with this one in about 2 hours.
2 hours. Oh, okay, so you're literally almost done.
Oh yeah, we can do most homes in one day.
Really?
Tear off and complete replacement of new shingles.
Excellent. So how many homes have you done in this subdivision?
Well, it's interesting. This is Regency Hills. There's 219 homes total.
Wow.
And this is number 67.
Are you
that we've
serious?
done. 67 homes.
67th roof in this subdivision.
Just in this neighborhood with 219 homes.
So are you trying to like literally make your way through the whole thing?
Hey, we want to be in everyone's neighborhood.
I don't blame you.
everywhere, as many homes as we can.
So what do you do? So you have a roof like this, you do this, and you come in, is it like the Clover effect? You go to the house to the left, to the right?
That's what I do. I go to left and right, and I go across the street. You know, speaking of homes and roofs, that roof across the street is about 20 years old, so
Yeah.
that would fit right into our business model. That's the homeowner we like to talk to.
You can literally look at this roof and
I
know
can
it's 20
literally
years
look
old.
at it. But it's more important that we get up and we actually tangibly touch it. I
Okay.
want to see what's going on.
Tangibly touch it.
Tangibly
Can I
touch it.
tangibly touch it with you?
You can.
That would be awesome.
We should go have a look.
I think we should.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys, I am literally on a roof. Can you get a shot of this so people can see how high up we are? I'm king of the world! Except I'm in Sofu.
And a queen.
I'm a queen of Sofu. This is awesome. Okay, so, David,
Yes.
when I get up on a roof, what am I looking for up here?
Well, we're looking for indications that there are storm damage. We also look to see how rigid and structurally sound the shingles are.
Okay,
So-
so I see some degranulization
That's right.
of a couple of shingles here, right?
That's right. If you look here, you could see that this shingle here has some huge hits in it, and it has shingles, the granules are missing out of it. So we would mark shingles like that as an indication to the insurance company that there's the presence of hail damage.
Got it. So can I mark a couple?
Sure, let's see what you got.
So I would mark this one.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, look at this over here. This is bad, right?
Well, yep, that's bad. That's what they call mechanical damage. A tree limb probably came down and broke that.
So do we need to mark that? Because that's
No.
kind of close to the edge, and
It's not really considered
yeah,
storm
I'm not
damage.
that. I'm not that risk.
And we don't want you close to the edge.
I don't want to get close to the edge.
Don't push me.
Although I am a risk taker. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Got it. Okay. Right here's a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And look at this one here. This is a nice one right here. See how those granules are all impacted into the shingle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these, we're seeing, if we're seeing this much in this area, there's gotta be
Oh,
a
it's
lot
all
of damage.
it's all over the roof.
All right, so this is gonna be like a $500,000 roof, isn't it?
Oh no, it'll probably run about 15,000. But guess what?
What?
The
Insurance
insurance
is gonna
company's
pay
going to
for
pay
it.
for it. Absolutely.
All right, great. Well, this is awesome, guys. Dave, I appreciate your time. You're gonna help me get off this thing, or do
I
I have
am
to
not.
stay
I'm
here?
going to leave you up here. See you. No, of course I will.
We know Dave does a lot of residential work in Sofu, but he also does quite a bit of commercial. So we've invited Jeffrey, who's the Director of Public Works in from East Point, because Dave's company put a brand new roof on this historical building. So Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of this building and why we're keeping it here in East Point?
Sure. This building's about 70 years old, and what we wanted to do, the roof was falling in, had holes in it, so what we want to do, we want to refurbish the building, raise the floor up, so the building can be occupied as an event place. So
Oh, wow.
we brought David in to save our building for us and put the roof on it, and he was godsend. So,
Awesome. Now, how did you find out about Dave?
well, I found out through Dave, through some marketing, some advertising that I've seen, and,
Oh, okay.
probably in the magazine and
Oh,
some
wow.
other
That's great.
referrals, and we contacted David, and David came through.
Excellent. Man, you are all over the place, aren't you?
I try to be.
You're like the king of Sofu.
Well, they call me the roofing god.
The roofing god. I think that's actually how we can find Dave too. So why don't you tell people exactly how they can find you there?
You can find me at legendroofing.com on the World Wide Web. You can find us at Legend Roofing Corp on Facebook, and you can find me at Roofing God on Instagram. So check us out. Check out our work. We have a lot of great pictures of our projects, and we have a lot of great teamwork that we work out with South Fulton organizations and city government, and great publications like South Fulton Lifestyle Magazine.
You mean the only publication?
The only
Like,
publication that
South-
matters, absolutely.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dave.
I'm
I
so
appreciate
happy.
it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
jumping in, Jeff.
No problem.
Awesome.
Thank you. Anytime.
All right.